This is gonna be a nice learning lesson. This is pretty much gonna be like a school session. Can you kind of just break down like what is estate plan? Because when I think of that, like because I really didn't even that never crossed my mind until I was in a clubhouse room and you were in there. You started talking about it. I'm like, oh well, like I never really thought about it. Like we often hear just like get life insurance. That's kind of thing we're starting to
Mhm.
hear more and more. But it's like people always say, you want to get wealth, and like we always talk about building generational wealth and trying to get that going in the Black community specifically. But we never talk about how to like sustain it or like pass it
Right.
on. So can you kind of break down what estate planning is?
So, from a broad, sort of up here level, estate planning is a plan for the transfer of your wealth, right? Your estate, your being, your you. So, for business owners, it's not just a business succession plan, but it's also who takes care of you in the event that you are incapacitated. COVID-19 is running rampant, right? So, in the event you become incapacitated from COVID-19, who is legally authorized to access your bank accounts or to deal with your stock portfolio, right? To manage your business? Who are the people that have legal authority to do that? And if you haven't named people, then your family may have to go to the court to ask for permission from a judge to be able to step up and take care of you. And that might not seem that complicated, except it's expensive because you've got to pay lawyers, you've got to pay accountants, you've got to pay court fees, you've got to pay all of these things from your estate so that your family can take care of you because we didn't put together a plan. So I always say, there's three things that people need right now today at over the age of 18, regardless of what your asset levels are. There are at least three basics. First is going to be your property power of attorney. Depending on your jurisdiction, it might be a financial power of attorney or a durable, or, it's called different things in different states. So, whatever your state jurisdiction mandates, it's something that allows you to authorize someone to make property decisions for you, access your bank accounts, pay your bills, make sure your car doesn't get repossessed if you are unable to do so. The second is your healthcare directives. Who gets to make your medical decisions if you are unable to make them for yourself? Because if you don't designate someone, your family may need to go to a court, like a guardianship or conservatorship proceeding, to be able to authorize someone to make that decision for you. And that costs money, right? So everybody over the age of 18 needs to designate who they want to take care of them in the event they are unable to take care of themselves. And the last is some form of a distribution document. Where does all your stuff go that you've been working so hard for if you pass away? And really, it's not an if, it's when, right? Because all of us are going to pass away at some
Yeah.
point. And so the question is, when you pass away, where does your stuff go? How does it get there? And everybody's distribution document is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be based on your family structure, your asset levels, your goals, what you're trying to achieve. But you can pass protected assets to your beneficiaries, whoever they might be, whether they be your kids or other members of your family. You can pass it in structures that's going to be protected for them. And that's where the more complex and comprehensive estate planning comes in. It's not just your will that says, okay, well, my son gets a third and my daughter gets another third. It's something more comprehensive that says, okay, my son's got student loan debt and my daughter's got maybe back child support or something that's owed. And so we want to give them creditor protection on the assets that we're passing. So we're going to do a more comprehensive plan specifically for what their needs are so that we can build wealth in our family. That's your estate planning sort of in a nutshell, high value.